That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
For
That's
so
what
many
I felt.
reasons.
I was super ecstatic to win.
Look at his friends. Look at Rich Paul. Your peoples ain't feel that way. Today we got NBA legends and players react to LeBron James calling himself the GOAT. I know y'all gonna go crazy in the comments. Black Jesus got something to say about this. Shout out to everybody who been supporting the channel. We almost at 5K. Let's get to 10K, man. We on that grind. After 10K, I got a surprise for y'all. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you new, shout out to you, man. Shout out to you, man. Leave it down in the comments. I'm gonna be down there going crazy. Let's get it.
Because of the 52-year drought. Like, I was ecstatic. Like, obviously, I showed that the first wave of emotion was when everyone saw me crying. Like, that was all for 52 years of everything in sports going on in Cleveland. And then after I stopped, I was like, that one right there made you the greatest player of all time.
People always debate it. Who's the greatest?
I don't mean to stop it again, but that shit, after all the footage we watched on this channel, y'all know if y'all been to this channel, you saying you the GOAT don't mean you the GOAT. Like, the shit we saw, the shit I see with my own eyes, people, I seen it with my own eyes.
Some question. It should be, who's the greatest team of all time?
Thanks,
there are so many teams to choose from. The 91 Chicago Bulls, sorry Showtime. The 92 Bulls, back-to-back. 93 Bulls, first three-peat.
First three-peat, uno, dos, tres.
97 Bulls, even with the flu. 98 Bulls, no push-off.
Oh my.
And my favorite, the 96 Chicago Bulls. 72 wins. Tough to beat that. What? You think there's someone else? Proof.
His career's not over. I'd just like to, why he's saying that, I don't know. Maybe he thinks that sells. Maybe he's taking the Donald Trump approach and trying to sell himself. I don't know, but time will tell. I think history. I don't even know if anybody knows who the greatest of all time is because the years are so different.
Wow. What? No, Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time, and that was crazy. He compared that man to Donald Trump. Now I'll never do no shit like that. LeBron might be on. He might have been really on drugs that night. LeBron probably was sipping too much wine, smoked a cigar, or he probably got laced. I think LeBron got laced to think he was the GOAT, and to say that shit like the Warrior series when I'm thinking like the whole body of work, bruh.
Follow that, Scottie Pippen.
That's a tough one to follow. I mean, that's Danny Ainge's opinion, right. And we all have our opinion. But my problem is more so with LeBron. If you are the greatest player, if people are saying you are the greatest player, or if people are saying Michael Jordan is the greatest player, why do you need to say it?
Right.
Michael Jordan has never, ever said he's the greatest player to ever play the game. Why? He's respected all the other players before him. So for LeBron to say that, he's sort of pulling himself out of it because...
Scottie Pippen, you not in that class. Sit your ass back, you take a couple seats back, a couple rows back, and admire the show of what you see from whether it be Michael Jordan or LeBron. Because you ain't, if I was Scottie Pippen, I wouldn't have said shit. I'm like, yo, they both better than me. They both better than me, dog.
In the world to say that.
So the context of when he said it, just because, if we're having this discussion, he was sitting around with his friends, and he was saying that when he won that 2016 title, he said his first thought was Cleveland, wow, we've done this first time in 52 years. And he said, my second thought as I was, running around the court being crazy was, wow, I did it. This is what makes me the greatest player of all time. You can disagree with him, I get it, and you can disagree with him saying that. And by the way, that conversation was for a documentary that was supposed to appear on ESPN+, so he knew cameras were rolling. It's not like they caught him in a moment.
Well,
I think it's
pretty great that a guy won 3 titles, left for 2 years, came back and won 3 more. That is considered greatness to me.
Yeah. Was asked by our pal Michael Wilbon about his place on the all-time list of NBA greatness, and here is what MJ had to say.
I don't want it in a sense because I think it disrespects Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West, all the guys that
you the best.
Prior to me, I never had a chance to play against. You know,
Humble
what
brother.
everybody's saying I am, I never had the chance to compete against other legends that was prior to me. When I hear it, I cringe a little bit because, you know, it's a little bit embarrassing because no one knows, you know. I never had the chance once again to play against those guys.
I need one word answer, Chauncey. Greatest of
Michael.
all time. Greatest of all time, Jalen?
Airness.
Greatest of all time?
Unanimous.
Okay, thank you very
Airness.
much.
It's
That being said,
unanimous. It's
Jalen, I want to start with you.
Okay.
How do you feel about LeBron saying that about himself?
First and foremost, to me, LeBron officially passed Larry Bird and got into the top 5 when he won his final championship, his only championship in Cleveland. In my mind, he still has a way to go clearly to pass Michael Jordan, Bill Russell, 11 championships, 13
Bill,
years, Kareem.
Shut the front door, man. Hey, you telling me Bron is out here fighting Bill Russell? You gotta love Bill Russell, man, for all his accomplishments and what he did, but y'all gotta stop with this 1955 shit, man. It was 7 teams. And they didn't even let brothers play. They wasn't even trying to let a brother get no shine. Stop it. He played in a league full of milkmen and people who had regular jobs. Not letting you get away with that shit, Jalen. No.
Abdul-Jabbar,
The captain.
and my
Where Bill Russell highlights even at, man? We can't even watch the nigga play.
past Magic
Niggas
just
all
yet. I got to see a little bit more. And so that's where I'm going on this topic. I appreciate how he's bringing this up. So millennials that only saw him play and continue to say he's the guy. But guys that's been around the game and young ladies, we've seen something else that's really special as well.
I agree with everything you're saying, Jay. I love it. I love that he
he's saying
stepped
about
out there.
himself?
I love that
All
he
right.
stepped out there and said that. I don't remember any other player ever coming out and saying I'm the greatest of all time.
And hit the like.
He's done that. He's on the Mount Rushmore, in my opinion, but I can't put him at the top. There's no way I can put him at
Facts.
the top. And at the end of the day, and he talked about
Black
this,
Jesus, the
that
best.
win, beating that team, made him the greatest of all time. Maybe if he would have hit that shot that Kyrie hit,
I mean, that is a
I
part
could
of the
see
narrative.
him maybe saying that. But I can't go there. I'm sorry.
You know what? We should turn to our resident self-promoter.
No,
Before,
I don't know if you can self-proclaim this because when you think of all the great players like Jalen said, Kareem, Magic, none of them has never come out and said, I'm the GOAT. You know, that's something up to like the fans, the writers, and former players. You know, so when they come out with these ESPN rankings and all these other rankings, you know, let that be the judge, I think. You know, but the self-proclaiming, he's definitely up there. He's definitely top 5 in my book. But I think when you look at the accolades, the championships, I mean, Jordan, Magic, Kareem.
One of the greatest. Say they were the greatest of all time.
You know what? It's one thing. We all sit at this table all the time and sing his praises.
Yeah.
I think LeBron is a great player.
Yeah.
I just think that's disrespectful, honestly, to Bill Russell. What did Bill Russell do? Won every time. He said, all right, fellas, you want to win? Come with me. We'll go on the floor. That's what this game's all about. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah.
I mean, you
know, and he was
Michael
greatest on
Jordan.
time, all levels, though, Kareem. The best in high school, the best in college, and the best in the pros at
That's
one
what I'm
time.
saying. You know, Michael. I mean, there's just so many. Two of my good, Larry and Magic. I mean, just led teams and turned the league around. You don't need to say that about yourself. Let other people say that for you. I mean, I was kind of surprised because I had read about it. But that's the first time I.
Shut your ass up, Kevin McHale. Shut up. Shut it up, Kevin McHale. Like, I need to hear from Isaiah Thomas's, Magic Johnson's, Larry Birds, and the greats. I need the GOATs, man. Magic Johnson. Man, I need the GOATs. Kareem. I need some GOATs out here, man. I don't want to hear from Kevin McHale. I don't want to hear from people who rode the coattail of others. I know Mike the GOAT.
I'd actually heard him say it. Made me the GOAT. I'm like, damn.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, I was like, okay, you know, I love the kid. I think he's a great player. I think he's been great for the game. But let other people say that for you. To me, it's just disrespectful for a lot of people that came before you that were great players. And you said it to begin with, Chris, you can't compare eras and all that stuff. All these guys have been so great in their era. I just didn't like the way that sounded to me. Just didn't like it.
You know, and everybody knows I love LeBron, but I'm gonna call timeout on this one because and I'll speak definitely to LeBron, or I'll say it to his face. But you never. There's a certain thing about greatness that demands that you have humility with greatness. And we have those arguments in debate. I have never heard Michael Jordan say he's the greatest of all time. Even though he may think that, even though Kareem may think that, right? You just don't come out and say that. Now, in this era, you know, maybe it's okay for people to come out and say that. All I know, if I was in the league right now and you talking about you the greatest of all time, dude, I'm getting ready to do you. I'm coming at you. Like, and you may be, but to say that is just totally disrespectful to me as one of your competitors. Generation right now, it's just you don't come out and say that. So with greatness, there's a certain amount of humility that goes with that. Now, somebody will probably come back and say, well, Muhammad Ali said I'm the greatest, but that was a single man sport.
Yeah, individual sport.
That was an individual sport.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods can make the argument he's the greatest because it's single.
Yeah.
But when you saying, and by the way, Muhammad Ali,
they called them Jordan and the Jordanettes. They called them Jordan and the Jordanettes. Scottie Pippen don't get no love. He gets no love. He's one of the greatest players at that position ever. Ever. And he gets no love. Can y'all stop?
Ali was saying he the greatest because, you know, he was getting in the ring and he'd knock you out.
Right.
You know? But, you know, to be able to take that stand and to take that position in this day and age, in a team sport, you should have some humility that goes in.
Jalen Rose, we've been away on break for a little bit. I've been dying to hear what you think about this. LeBron James.
All right, yo, we're going to stop the video right there. We already heard Jalen Rose, but Michael Jordan is clearly the GOAT. I mean, this era is in the Matrix. You know, they plugged up to the Matrix right now, so you can't blame them. All my OGs, you can't blame them because right now they plugged into the Matrix, and when they get unplugged, they're going to realize who the GOAT. Michael Jordan, Black Jesus. Yeah, I don't know if he should have said it. It probably wasn't the right thing to do because you're not the GOAT, so you got to have proof with the shit you're saying. So it probably was not the right thing to do. I like it because it brought up all this controversy and it brought y'all to my damn channel. So I appreciate it, man. Come back to the channel for more reactions, man. Let me know if y'all want me to turn it up. Do y'all want to see live streams? Do y'all let me know what y'all want to see. Come back to the channel for more reactions, man. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. No cap.